Hey y'all, welcome back to 7 Days of Daily Growth with Nay. I hope you guys are doing fine. Today is Friday. I'm happy. We got Monday off. No school on Mondays. Amen to that one. It's Health Fridays, and today's health topic is emotional pain. I'm going to I have a lot to cover. I'm gonna try not to get too deep today because I have to go to work and I wanted to go ahead and get this video out the way versus getting off of work and doing it tonight. So bear with me because it might be a lot, but it's well needed. And it's crazy because I was literally just watching Carisha Please with Megan and Carisha, Megan Thee Stallion. Megan was literally just talking about some of the stuff that I'm going to be hitting on tonight. And I was watching that last night and I was like, yes, like she was just talking about, like how black women, just always have to be that strong one, and we can't talk about what's wrong, or we're not supposed to talk about what's wrong. And the real crazy part is it's sad that we gotta hold it in, but sometimes, like in this crazy world, it's good to, just be careful about who you tell what to, especially when it comes to your emotional pain and how you feel deep inside, because people might take advantage of that. They might use that against you one day. So it's just all about being careful. And I think this is why this is a good topic, because I'm gonna, talk to you guys a little bit about it. And then I'm also gonna give you some ways to cope with it. And I feel like the ways to cope with it are ways that you can cope without having to bring other people into your world. So it's a way for you to get through that emotional pain without having to bring like outsiders in that you think are for you. Think that just because they're your friend or your family that they care, when really, they love to see you hurt. They love to see that emotional pain burden you. They love to know that you're going through something that allows you to stay right where you are. So I feel like the coping strategies are literally for everybody, anybody that's going through emotional pain. But what I'm going to speak on first is what I've learned and what relates to me, and also what could relate to others. And I got my book, so of course black women, but and I will specify, of course, when I'm talking to black women, black females. But I also want to say, just like I've been saying when I've been talking about this book, this is another topic that's literally in general. So as a man, I was even writing my notes and I was like switching some stuff so that it could fit both men and women, both black, female, and male, because it goes for both. It can go for both. And I don't leave black males out, because the thing that's important for me, for you guys, is that you hear what I say and you say, okay, well, that is tailored to a black woman, but I'm also a black male. Where can I start to research or look for information on how a black man deals with these type of things? Even though the coping strategies are literally the same, what black males see as emotional pain might not be the same for black females. And what black people experience as emotional pain might not be what other races experience as far as emotional pain. And as another human being to another human being, we may or may not have experienced the same type of emotional pain. So just bear with me as I get through all of this, and I will specify what I'm talking about. But if you feel like, okay, well, do your own research. Do research that fits you as far as your own emotional pain. But really, emotional pain is emotional pain. That's why these coping strategies are for everyone. It's just that your emotional pain might look different from somebody else's, like I was just explaining. So you might have to do further research outside of this video, basically. So as you can see, this says silence. At first I wanted to name the topic silence, but then I just realized that it was emotional pain as I was, preparing for this video a couple of days earlier. And so I just wanted to speak on what I did write. It was only one note card anyway, but it fits into this. That's why I was like, okay, wait, this is basically this. So why do we not talk more about the things that causes us the most damage? The pain, the hurt, the losses, the confusion, etc. A lot of us are dying inside because we give so much to others that we forget about our own needs. Good health equals no more silence. I feel like that's the same butterfly all the time. It's always that green one that's flying by my window. So as a black woman, it's crazy because I was just thinking the other day, and it stemmed off me reading a Bible verse where it was telling women to submit to your husbands. And, you know, speak it. I got to. Because it's like on my heart, so I can't not, like, I can't. It's on my heart, so I can't, because it was a thought. So, wives, in the same way, submit yourselves to your own husbands, so that if any of them do not believe the word, they may be won over without words by the behavior of their wives, when they see the purity and reverence of your lives. Your beauty should not come from outward adornment, such as elaborate hairstyles and the wearing of gold jewelry or fine clothes. Rather, it should be that of your inner self, the unfading beauty of a gentle and quiet spirit, which is of great worth in God's sight. For this is the way the holy women of the past who put their hope in God used to adorn themselves. They submitted themselves to their own husbands. So I took so much from that. Like, I actually love that verse. And what I took from it was that, especially in these times, men hate to admit it, but they can learn from us. Like, a lot of men find a good woman and they change, you know? And that's because they're learning not only how to love themselves, but how to love their woman, their wife, the good one that they met, that they end up settling down with in a good, healthy relationship anyways. And so it just made me think, like, just keep being a good-spirited, good woman and talk, speak. No matter what. Some men are going to be intimidated, but so what? Just be gentle. Be gentle in the way, gracefulness. Like, be gentle in the way that you speak. And that's something I got to work on, because I'm a little aggressive sometimes. But it just made me realize that these men listen. They're just not listening to just anything, though. And I wouldn't either. Or I just wouldn't go for just anything. So, as black women, we got to work on our communication. We got to talk to our kids, our men, and to each other. This, I could go, like, I should do this another day when I had time, because I could just go so much deeper into all of this. But as black women, we should be willing to share our stories. Listen to understand and learn from experience spoken about other women. When I was reading this book, like in this book right here, not only do they have information, but they also give stories. Like, it was a couple of stories in here that I related to that really made me look at myself differently. You know, inspired me. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's even one story that hit super home, and I still struggle with it, like, to this day. But, you know, it's a process. But that is so true. As women, we want to hate each other so bad. So bad. For what? First of all, nobody is perfect. Second of all, most of the time, y'all don't even know why y'all mad at each other. Like, y'all have no substance for the reason that y'all really be mad at each other, other females. Y'all be mad about stuff that don't matter. When we could be encouraging and building each other up, both men and women, instead we choose to hate each other, degrade each other, come for each other, speak bad about each other. Where does speaking bad on someone ever gotten you in this life? Think about that one. We gotta learn as people to communicate in more healthy ways and stop being silent, because it's a lot of stuff that we all go through. As I said, from one human to another human, we may or may not have experienced the same type of emotional pain. So even though that person to the right of you has not experienced nothing like what you went through, that person to the left of you may have. You may need to hear their story. They may need to hear yours. You could help each other. But again, as I stated in the beginning, this world is so... You gotta pray for this world. You ain't supposed to talk bad about it. You gotta pray for it. Just be cautious. Seriously, in a world like this, you gotta be cautious. That's why I'm doing this, because it's like I get to tell my story and I get to do what I want to do at my own pace without nobody feeling like they know something about me or know my background or know my story or anything, because nobody does. But for me, you know, I'm in a place where, like I've said before, I have God. So I do this to continue to help myself heal in certain areas, as well as be an inspiration, as well as be an encourager, as well as helping you to be free too in your own life, in your own mind. Helping you to gain a different perspective, your own perspective, but helping you to figure out how you want to move in your life in the most healthiest way possible by using my own experiences to do that. So when she started off this chapter about emotional pain, she started off with the famous line from Color Purple: "You better not never tell nobody but God. It'll kill your mammy." If you watched the movie or read the book, I believe it's a book, the dad was basically raping, abusing his daughter and was getting her pregnant and then giving the babies away. And that's just a huge thing, especially in the Black community, that we silence. That's emotional pain. That's emotional abuse. And, you know, I don't know how often it happens today, but it probably still does. Because the only thing generations do is repeat itself until somebody breaks the curse. That's just a huge example of being silenced, and especially at a young age. Especially having to deal with that much trauma. And people are told, do not tell anybody. They're told, if you tell, this or that will happen. We have internalized the message of silence. If we talk and speak the truth of our lives, we would hurt, disappoint, or anger family members, friends, or colleagues. Because it just doesn't happen in families. You know, some people are abused by friends. This world, you never know what happens. Colleagues. But we're taught to be okay with it. Both men and women. Both men and women. We are taught to deal with the pain, the hurt, the loss, all of it, and internalize it and keep it inside. We're taught not to talk about it. You know what it does when you can't talk about stuff that really cause you pain? Black women, we are saddled with the heavy burden of being strong. Men of the household, we have too often sacrificed our physical, spiritual, and emotional health for the well-being of others. We save other people's faces. Meanwhile, we have to put on many faces to cover up the emotional pain and distress. We cover that up by trying to be a good mother when we're hurting inside. We cover that up with working and not being home for our kids. We cover that up with just false identities. We cover that up with, I gotta be strong. I gotta do what I gotta do as a man or as a woman, especially as a Black man or woman. We keep covering it up the older we get. So literally, like, and it just says Black women, but seriously, Black men too. Like, we put our own needs on the back burner for other people. What we want do not matter when it comes to other people. because that's what we are bred to do. We are bred to suck it up and be a man. We are bred to suck it up and be strong as a woman. You gotta do this, you gotta do that, you gotta do that. Men, you gotta go to work, pay all the bills. Women, you gotta take care of the house, take care of the kids. Cook. At least a little longer. But still though, it's a lot of expectations placed on us early at that. Early on. Even if your mom doesn't tell you you have to be a strong black woman, growing up in a single parent household where you see your mom being the strongest that she can be while she's working, nothing but working nonstop, you barely seeing her. That's teaching you without teaching you that you have to be a strong black woman out here. She doesn't have to say you have to be strong because she's showing you that you have to be strong. I don't think I ever seen my mama cry, I feel like I have maybe once or twice, but I don't know. I don't think I've ever really seen her cry or really just, break down or anything. Like I've never, like my mom, she's always been going. And seeing that it instilled that in me. My dad wasn't in the house, so that instilled me to go. Like like I have to be strong. I have to do what I have to do, especially when it's just me. So it's a burden. It's a burden. Being told that you're a boy, you're not supposed to cry, be a man, you gotta grow up and take care of your family and pay all the bills. That's a burden, first of all. It is. That's a burden put on men. That's why for me, I don't want to get into that, but it's a burden. Like for me, relax. Like I want my dude to be a hustler. Like I want us to be good because I'm a hustler too. I want everything to be straight, but relax. Take a load off. I'll help you. How you feeling? Let's talk about it. You know what I'm saying? It's okay to cry. Look, put your hair right here. Like, you know what I'm saying? Those are burdens put upon us before we are even brought into this world, and it's crazy. It can be enormously healing to share our problems and our triumphs with trained professionals or others, such as your peers, that we can talk to that understands your emotional pain. So like I was just saying, the person to your right might not understand you, but there might be a person to your left or 2 steps away that relates to you. My only thing is be cautious and make sure you can trust whoever you're going to. That's why therapy and God are my only 2. Like I've been saying, like give me to about 20 more years and people still around. Because it's crazy out here, for real. And then, we can share all the stories we got, like whatever, we can laugh about it. You feel me? But right now, my story is my story, and I will never give anybody the advantage over me to know my story and just put it out there or feed it to other people just because they think they can or got something on me. I would never put that. I would just never put that type of information into someone else's hand. Whatever people think they know, but me personally, I'm just not. It's my story, it's my life. I get to narrate it, nobody else. My past is my past, and truthfully, like I've said before, I've already talked to God about everything. Nobody else gets judged for what I did or what I do. Just like I don't get judged for anybody else when it's my time to go. So I don't focus on nobody else's plate, nobody else's business. And it's not my purpose to feed off anybody's emotional pain and feel like I got something up on somebody because I know what they've been through. Anything somebody tell me, it's always been safe with me. I'm not that type of person, and I don't even have that type of, I just don't I just don't do those type of things. Anybody that knows me, anybody that's ever been my friend knows that you could tell me whatever and you would never hear it again. And I'm so like the most easiest understanding, non-judgmental person ever. And that's why this is just so good for me, because like I tell y'all, I am here. I am here. And if you just feel like I don't relate to you, that's cool. But for anybody, I am here. If therapy is not something that you can do or want to do, I am here. Truthfully and genuinely, I am here. Because I know what it's like to hold all that stuff in. But luckily, I was able to heal, like, without bringing anybody else into my world, without having to vent and do all this extra stuff. I was lucky enough to heal and am still healing myself by myself, you know. So given the real stresses and strains in our lives, we would be crazy not to empty our hearts of the multitudes of hurts so many of us have suffered. We should learn to talk about our pain and what we're doing about it with those we trust, so that family and friends can support the healing process. Trust is a huge word. Like, I really don't. And you know, that's what I don't trust, you know, but I feel like when that time comes, you know, it'll come. I feel like I've worked through a lot with just God on my side in therapy, you know. But this is my advice to y'all, to those that, you know, because it's good to have somebody. I know that. That's why I got a therapist. You know, that's why I journal. It's good to do something that you trust. And if you can't trust others, trust yourself. Go to yourself. Talk to yourself. Go to yourself. Do what you need to do for you. But it's not good to keep all of it stuck inside. Going to family and friends that you trust is just in one option. But I do recommend it if you can trust people. You know, if you got people that can relate and understand, go to them. If you're for sure that you are safe, your story is safe, what you have to say is safe, go to them wholeheartedly and let it out. Now, I don't know when this book came out, I can't remember, but it says that the National Black Women's Health Project reports that over 50% of black women live in emotional distress. It's probably gotten bigger since they put this book out. And I just feel like, you know, as a man, probably about the same there. Probably about the same. And then it just goes on to just talk about how, you know, an estimate of 80% of black women are deeply troubled. Many of them are women who, by all external experiences, seem to be functioning well. They are holding down good jobs and taking care of their families, but after a short time in treatment, it becomes evident that they are severely depressed. High functioning depression, ladies and gentlemen. That's high functioning depression. I've lived through it. And like I told y'all, I didn't know until treatment that I was dealing with that. You get up and you do what you gotta do with a fake smile. You get through your day. To everybody, you appear strong. You appear okay. When they ask, "Are you okay?" Yes, I am okay. Like a robot. Like I'm good. Like, you know, I tell people that all the time because I've always been big on what can you do to help me. Most people don't have a solution to what you really have going on. So I just, you know, but I am a huge, like, that's why I went to therapy again. I'm a huge advocate. Do what you have to do. And if that means talking to somebody that you trust, talk to them. I'm not there, but that's why I went to therapy. I felt safer in therapy versus with other people. That's just me. It does not have to look like that for you. It will not look like that for everybody. That's just my experience. That's just part of my personal story. I chose therapy. Maybe one day. But you know, the biggest thing with family is you tell your family something, they go tell the whole world. They go tell everybody else in the family. That's been a no-no for me. That's been a cutoff. Like, I'm good. I don't do that. If I tell you something, especially if it's from here, if I'm hurting, in pain, if I need help, I should not, and if I go to you, I should not hear about nobody else speaking on what I told you. No other family. I don't care if that's my favorite auntie, favorite uncle, favorite grandma, favorite cousin. I don't care. Don't tell them nothing. You know, that's breaking trust. And when that trust is broken, it's over. That's another thing with family members today. If you got little ones that look up to you and they see you as somebody they can talk to, that they can trust, do not break that trust unless needed. Unless absolutely needed. If they are underage, it's certain things that you must, I feel like, as you know, you're not their mother, or you just their go-to, somebody they trust. So if it's something serious, report it, But if they just come to you and they let it all out to you, don't go run tell their business to everybody. They trust you. You breaking that trust, you breaking that bond every time. And that's causing them to accumulate that silence. That's causing them to want to be silent and not wanting to talk to nobody. If you can't trust your family, you can't trust nobody. So then it just goes on to talk about depression and stuff like that. I feel like this book really just discussed, it kind of, like later on, it goes into some more stuff that I'm going to talk about later because it hits on other healthy topics. But it does go on to give ways to cope and, deal with emotional pain. But, emotional pain is different from certain things. I feel like it's a health topic in itself. So I wanted to separate it. And so then I went to look on the internet for some stuff, and I ended up finding 7 evidence-based strategies that help manage emotional pain. So I'm about to get into that. I just wanted to say that for real, y'all, I just wanted to, as I ended this part of the video, I just want to say that emotional pain is real. It takes a toll on you mentally. Depression, anxiety, stress, negative thoughts. So seriously, talk to somebody. Like, that's the advice, and I'm going to get into that, ways to, again, cope. But go to what feels safe for you when it comes to your emotional pain. Do what feels safe for you, but do not hold it in. I was so emotionally unhealthy, and when you hold stuff in, you become angry. And when you become angry, and then when you come into the world and move into the world as a teenager and a young adult, and you start to build relationships with other people outside of your family and your friends, or if you get more friends, you start to take that anger out on them, and you start to take that attitude out on them. Like, they start to get all of that emotional pain that you have had built up for so long, because they're easier target. It's easier for you to take it out on them. It's easier for you to be angry at them because they don't know what's wrong. So it's easier for you to lash out on them. So that was my thing. A lot of anger, nasty attitude, did not care. But also, like, sometimes it's not even about getting angry. When you shut down on people, or, it's just that emotional pain goes with you everywhere until you healthily work through it. It's not going to let up. Especially in those relationships that you begin to build as you get older, as you become a teenager, as you become an adult, a young adult. It's going to show in the way you treat other people. Seriously, I had to sit down today. So much information. I was like, I'm not standing up. So, 7 evidence-based strategies to manage emotional pain. And I do like all of these. And the website will be in the description box for you to check it out. Or, just allow it to be a start for your own research. Because do what works for you. It might be some other ways to cope out there. I felt like these were very good ones. So, avoid false beliefs that lead to suffering. So that can mean avoid negative thoughts, basically. Avoid thoughts that can fuel emotional distress. Like, You don't want to say that, let's say you experience a loss, any type of loss. That can mean death, a breakup, losing your car. It could be anything. Don't ever say, my life is over. My life is ruined. Things couldn't get any worse for me. That's only going to put you deeper into that hole of feeling that loss. Dwelling on negative thoughts can lead you to experience more emotional pain. So, being that you know that, try to become more aware of those thoughts and then reassess them. Turn them into positive thoughts. So, when I say be aware, that means, it's okay to feel a feeling. That's fine. But when you feel that way, become aware that you feel that way. Like, don't be scared to know that you feel some type of way. Don't be scared to say, well, I do feel like things can't get any better. But turn it around just like that. Things will get better. I know they're going to get better. Reassess that negative thought. Like, no, that, that's how I feel, but I don't want to feel that way. So things will get better. So yes, cut out false beliefs, because that's not true. That's a false belief. My life can't get any worse. My life is ruined. My life is over. Every day you wake up, you still got a life, so it's not over. It's not over till God says it's over. So don't dwell in that. Don't sit in that feeling. Nobody ever said it's not okay to feel that emotion, that anger, the hurt, the disappointment. But don't sit in it. Be aware of it. Know that you're feeling it. Then reassess it. Don't stay there. It's only going to make it worse. And, on a journey when you're trying to be better, those times come a lot. You think on a journey that it just gets better. No, it's going to hit you, because you're going to be tested. Not in just one area. You're going to get tested on your emotions too. So don't be afraid to admit that you're going through something. But pull yourself out as fast as you can. Don't sit in it. Don't keep thinking negatively about it. I know one thing for me, just like I was speaking on, I think last week, when I had that overwhelming day, I did feel away, but I was able to become aware and assess it. And I told myself, I'm still going to give myself a day. I'm not going to allow my day to continue to be a bad one. So I gave myself a day, but I had a great day. It was also productive, No, did I just rest? No, I think I just rested. I might have did a little bit of work. I don't know, knowing me. I might have did something, read or something. I did something. But I just didn't stay down in that bad feeling, that dark feeling, that feeling of, this is too much for me. Too much is going on. My day is ruined. Like, no, nothing is ruined until it's completely ruined, or nothing is over until it's over. Like, as long as you breathe it, keep going. Keep going. Number 2, put a name to what you are feeling. So basically, describe how you are feeling as much as possible. You can do that in private with family or friends. You can journal. I know the other thing said talk to a pet. Do what you gotta do. Talk to yourself. Do what you have to do. Put a name on how you're feeling. Be as vulnerable as you can when you talk about how you're feeling. That's putting a name on it. Even if you gotta put, I'm so much hurt right now. I can't believe. I am so sad today. Like, I don't know what's going on, but I am not with it. But and if that looks like a family member or a friend you trust, girl, it's just so much, even if it's your dog, your Rocky. Today been crazy, man. I'm trying to, do what you gotta do. Put a name on it. Because when you're really, really being vulnerable with how you feel in a way that makes you feel safe, like for me journaling is me being vulnerable. Like, when I journal, especially when it comes to my thoughts and my feelings. I'm the one that's going to let it all out with that pen and that paper. So, you just describing how you feel, you putting a name to it, so then when you read it, it's like a breath of fresh air. Or like when you're done talking about it, it's like, okay, what's next? You know? Or even if you gotta lay down sometimes, and I don't know. Most of the time I just let it, after I reread it, that's it. I'm done. That's all it gets from me. I let it out. I put a name to how I was feeling. Mindfulness-based practices. Mindfulness is being fully present and aware of yourself and your surroundings. It can be practiced at your own pace, at different times, whatever that looks like, when you wake up, when you're in the shower, when you eat, while you at work, whatever it looks like for you, before you go to bed, before you take a nap. So you are focusing on what surrounds you at the moment, or on every detail of what you're doing. And for me, that is so hard. It's so hard. Like, it's crazy because I was doing these this morning. So I was in the shower today and I had missed a whole song because I was just thinking about so much. You know how you listen to the music, but you ain't really listening, because if you was really listening, you would have been singing. So when it got to the end of the song, I'm like, dang, the song over. Like, I don't even remember her singing nothing. I would like the music right there, like right here in my shower. And I literally heard nothing of the song. I didn't hear none of the song, none of the lyrics. Because I was so in my head instead of being fully present in my shower. And now that I'm talking about it, I just feel like I have to do better. But that's not all the time, because, I love me some music. I love having my music. Love singing. Not too loud, though. But I will sing a little bit, hum. But, so, I knew it was real this morning that I was just in my head, because the whole song, and I wanted to hear the song. That was the crazy part. That's what made me realize it, because I had let the song play because I wanted to actually hear it and sing it, but ended up being so in my head that I missed the whole song. But that's just an example of me not being mindful, not practicing mindfulness. I wasn't thinking about anything negative. I just think a lot about everything. Like, this helps keep away thoughts that could fuel emotional pain. So when you are being mindful, you are just, let's say you are, again, taking a shower, or you are eating. You're just, eating, and you're just being aware and focusing on the fact that you're eating or taking a shower. Like, I know I have tried it before in the shower. And so, without even music, just trying to focus on the shower. But it's hard in the shower because, like, it gets a little weird because, like, here I go, like, okay, got my soap. And I'm just talking to myself. But it's keeping me present. Like, yeah, I'm in the shower. Like, trying to focus on every little piece, every little detail of the shower, but it just gets kind of weird. Like, all right, like, some stuff make you feel crazy, for real. But I know when I'm in nature, I try to be full on present, full on focused, no phone, no music, but I love music. So when I take a walk, or if I'm just laying in the park, I like to have music playing, especially something soft and, soothing. So Janae, but in nature, definitely. I try to be fully aware of the sounds, what I see, what's going on, not thinking about nothing else. And I know, like, when you meditate, when you do yoga, little things like that, that's where you can fully just be present of what you're doing, stretch, or, breathe in, breathe out. Meditation is a big part of practicing mindfulness. Seriously. Y'all, I gotta go to work, and this one is gonna be long, but I'm gonna just try to smooth past these last ones because these are just really easy to talk about. So, guided mindfulness is the help of mindfulness or mental health experts that can support your healing process. So I didn't know that they had mindfulness experts. That's news to me. I know they got like the app, like a mindfulness app and stuff like that, but I didn't know like people actually had jobs in doing stuff like that. I'm not surprised, but this was my first time seeing the words mindfulness expert. That's why I'm saying it. And so this is just a strategy that could be used if you feel like you need it. Because, sometimes we do stuff like, for example, with yoga. sometimes I feel like I'm just doing anything down there. Like, I need to be in a yoga class. I would love to take one, especially when outside. That's just an example. So you may think you're doing really good practicing mindfulness, and really, you're not doing it. It just don't feel like you're doing it how you should be doing it. So if you feel that way, go find someone that can guide you through how to actually practice mindfulness, especially if you're home and you're practicing and it's not helping you and you feel like this is just not right for me, or this is just pointless. You might need to get some extra help for you to really get the full benefit, full effect of it. If that is something that you want to do, it is just a coping strategy that can be used. If you're in a place in your life where you feel like you can do that, it fits your schedule, it's tailored to how you want to grow and heal, that's a strategy that you can use when dealing with emotional pain. Traditional therapy approaches. So cognitive behavioral therapy and emotionally focused therapy. First time hearing those two words. And cognitive behavioral therapy is the most used by therapists. It can help work through dysfunctional beliefs and develop healthier ways of thinking. So again, if you're in a place of your life where you can do this, it's tailored to the way you want to heal and grow. Once again, and you feel like therapy is how you can work through your emotional pain, go for it. Yeah, y'all know I am an advocate, huge advocate of therapy. Go for it. Speaking of therapy, I need to call the folks. I need to call the lady. I need to call the people. For real. I'm gonna have to do that Tuesday. I gotta go ahead and get some sessions in while it's still free. Gonna milk that up out of them. So lifestyle medicine, and I don't think it's actually medicine. It addresses core life habits that can help improve physical and psychological health. So some of the things it focused on is balanced eating, active living, weight management, and emotional regulation. So for me, I feel like that's just something that, you learn more about how to just live a healthier lifestyle in order to boost up your emotional healing. So like you can turn that emotional pain into emotional health, emotional healing by doing things such as eating a healthy diet, managing your weight, regulating your emotions, figuring out ways to do that, as well as living a healthy life and being physical. That's how I looked at it. That's how I saw it. So that's just another way to cope. Just read more up on that, on lifestyle medicine. But I don't think it's actual medicine. I think it's just you figuring out ways that you can live a healthier lifestyle so that you can allow yourself to be healthier on different areas of your life, including emotional. Because I truthfully feel like healthy lifestyle, healthy living improves more than just emotional, mental, physical, and everything else come with it, spiritual, So last but not least, a sense of humor. Being funny or just being around people that are funny boosts and helps with your emotional pain, with your emotional distress. It does not mean that you disregard or disrespect your emotional pain, the stuff that you go through. It does not mean that it's not important or that it does not deserve your time or attention to try to fix or work on or heal. No. It's just medicine that soothes the soul. Laughter is important. I love funny people and I love people that can make me laugh. And I just recently realized that I'm a little funny myself. So I love to make myself laugh. Like, I be weak at myself. And I think I found that out about myself at a time that I needed it. I need to learn how to laugh and not be so serious. Because I'm a serious person. Don't play. I don't play about nothing. I don't do jokes. I don't like to joke. I'm a serious person. What's funny? So it has allowed me to become a little bit lighthearted, because when you're serious, that means you got a lot of stuff built in. Like, you ready to, I'm defensive, like all that comes with built up emotional pain, built up anger, like being defensive or so serious about everything, not knowing how to smile or laugh, so I'm grateful to be at a point in my life where I've become very much lighthearted. I don't take things as seriously or as personally like I used to. I've learned over the almost past 2 years of my healing journey, of my life journey, that I love to laugh. I love to have fun. Like, I love to do all of that. Like, I love to have a good time. And I just recently learned that about myself, because I've always been a serious person. So to realize that I got another like quirky, fun, goofy, corny side to me, that's amazing to me, because I get to like metaphorically let my hair down, and I'm not a person that usually like lets her hair down. Like, I really don't. I was one of them people that like, I don't and that's how it was in my relationships too. Like, so it just feels good to embrace that side. Like, I feel like laughter, humor, it is medicine for your soul. It feels good to laugh. It feels good to have a good time, to be around goofy people, to have fun. You know, I love it. I love a funny person. Like, I want to be weak. Research says that humor reduces emotional pain. It shifts how one feels, thinks, and creates bonds with others. So, you know, that one really, I had to write that down because that really hit home for me, because I feel like once I found that out about myself, and the more I'm growing into it, the more it has helped me shift the way I think and how I feel, and also how I interact and bond with other people. You know, it's kind of helping me become a better friend. It also kind of helps with my anxiety. It helped kind of lessens it, being around people that are funny, that make it easier to, you know, relax around. Like, I'm uptight. I'm uptight. I'm real uptight. I can't even lie. That's why when people like first come around me or see me in outside settings, they think like I'm bougie or stuck up, because I'm real uptight. I really am. You know, but I'm learning to get out of that, and I'm learning to have fun and, you know, live my life and enjoy it, and just, you know, again, let my hair down. Sing out loud, no matter who's listening. Dance, no matter who's watching. You know, laugh out loud and ugly and ridiculously, no matter who's looking at me crazy. You know, because it feels good. It feels good to the soul. You're letting it all out. So laugh. Put yourself in situations or surround yourself with people that are going to bring out that humor, that are going to bring out that goofiness in you, that's going to make you laugh and want to see you smile and want to see your eyes twinkle and want to just have a good time. Like, and not even joking on other people, like just joking, having fun. Like, I know one thing about my friends, we funny for real. They funny, but we all funny, like we crazy. We say anything. Just be, you know, and it just be about life. Like, you know, you gotta laugh to keep from crying. That is so true. The girls been saying that all week. You gotta laugh to keep from crying. And you know what? They are right. You right. Stuff be funny. I have to go to work. I'm glad I was able to get this done. I know I poured out a lot of information on you guys today. Y'all needed it. We needed it. I needed it. I'm thankful to be able to give it to you guys, to give y'all this information, to give y'all this insight, in hopes that you guys go do your own research and go find ways that work for you when it comes to your own emotional pain and working through that pain, because you got this and you can do this, and your life is not over. Do not dwell in that negativity of that emotional pain that you've allowed to build up for so long. Start to find ways to let it out. Find ways that are safe for you, because it's your emotional pain at the end of the day, and it's your story, it's your life. Do what you gotta do for you, nobody else. No matter how people may look at it, what they think about it, who cares? You are working on you for you. You are healing you for you, because you know that on the other side is a better version waiting for goodness, waiting for good things. I love you guys. Be safe. Stay beautiful. I hope you all have had a beautiful Friday. Have fun. Again, be safe. Enjoy it. You know, I'm happy it's the weekend. I get more rest, but not really. But we're gonna get through it. For those that, work on the weekends or still got stuff that they're doing on the weekends, find that time to rest though. Rest is important. Stay humble, be patient, be kind, be gentle, show compassion, show love. You are love. Love is within you. Shine your light. You never know who needs it. Y'all be blessed and be yourself. Just be yourself. Do you. Do you, boo. I love you all from my heart to yours.